I know you've been told by every single guru that the best way to get rich right now is to start an AI agency and get into the AI industry. That is not true, and I want to explain to you why in this video and what I've been doing instead to make way more money, make thousands of dollars per day without running my own business in my early 20s while having complete freedom, traveling all over the world, and without even touching AI whatsoever. I haven't used AI whatsoever to be able to make this type of money. And most people don't know about this, so let me sit down here and I want to explain to you exactly what this is, because this stuff is how you actually make money, how you actually get rich at a young age. It's by understanding fundamentally that the business model you get into does not matter. AI, trading, an agency, doing like a coaching business, doing a dropshipping store, doing e-commerce, does not matter. And I was trying all these different things, from agency to trading to dropshipping. I was broke, living with my parents, had negative $50 to my name, and wondered like, why is nothing working out? Like, I'm working so hard, I'm trying so hard, why can I not hit 10K a month? And then I learned one simple concept I want to explain to you in this video that's called skill stacking, and everything changed. I went from being dead broke to leaving my parents' house, traveling all over the world last couple of years, making multiple six figures per year. Nowadays, thousands of dollars per day in my early 20s and getting complete freedom. And again, I did all of this without starting my own business and without using AI. So first thing you need to understand here is that what actually makes you money? What is actually going to get you your dream life at a young age? Here's the truth. The business model that you do does not matter whatsoever. What actually does matter is the skills that you have. You need to understand that every single business model, whether it's an agency, dropshipping, e-commerce, trading, whatever it is, all these different models simply come down to a combination of different skills that you need to have in order to actually make money from it. How the economy works is you get paid based on the value that you provide to someone else. Okay, and knowing this to be true, it's not about you picking the right business model. It's about you picking a model, aka picking a skill that you're willing to learn. When you realize this and you look at business from this perspective, everything becomes very simple. Because what an agency is simply knowing how to book appointments, how to close those appointments, knowing sales, okay, knowing how to do outreach, knowing how to handle objections, etc. Then knowing how to, once you actually get a client, how to use AI properly to get this client's results, understanding their business model, how their business works, if it's like a local business or online business, how they make money, and helping them grow and scale their business. That's what it comes down to, is knowing how to book appointments, how to close appointments, how to fulfill for your clients, how to deal with a team, how to convert in their business. Those are the skills that you're learning. When you realize this, again, then you know, okay, is this something that I am actually passionate about? Do I actually have like a desire to learn these different skills, understand the business model? If the answer is no, which that was the case for me, because I used to run an agency where I was working with like car dealerships and solar installers and also online businesses, and I was working with real estate agents, but I had no passion. I didn't care about these businesses. I didn't care about understanding and learning the skills that they needed to have in their business to actually make money. I was simply there to get rich from an agency. That's why I was broke. That's why I started, because I didn't care about the business. I didn't care about the skills. I just cared about the money that I would get paid from it. And that's why I didn't make any money. When I learned this and I applied this in my life, everything changed for me. What I started doing is I was like, okay, what are the actual skills that I have a passion for? The skills that I actually want to learn that will then set me up to make the income that I want, give me the freedom that I want in my life. And I realized for me that was sales. I knew if I learned how to sell at a high level, if I actually got good at sales, I knew I would never be making less than 10K a month. Realistically, way more than that if I actually got good at it. And I also realized I can get freedom and I'm learning the most fundamental skill in business. If you want to lead a big company of any kind, you need to know how to sell. And I realized this and I was like, okay, I'm going to go all in on mastering and developing this skill and then applying this in the industry where I can have the most freedom, being in a space that's growing, so be in an industry that's expanding so I can make more money as a result of the industry simply growing, which was high ticket sales. If you don't know what it is, it's basically when you're a sales rep for an online influencer, someone that sells a course, mentorship. If you know people like Iman Gadzhi, Alex Hormozi, people that sell courses and mentorships online, being a sales rep, being on their sales team basically, taking calls with warm leads for them. That's what I got into, and that's what changed everything for me. Without having to start my own business, because I realized, okay, the skill I'm learning right now is sales. When I learn the skill, I'm never gonna go broke again. I'll be able to get freedom, start traveling, and I can build up on that. Whereas if I learn how to sell and then I learn how to lead other people, for example, combine these two different skills, which looks like sales management, for example, that allows me to then have a multiple on the income that I'm making. Instead of just like myself doing sales, I can lead other people, get a percentage of leading them, and actually get paid more for doing so without having to work longer hours. This is how entrepreneurs and successful people think. Is how you need to be thinking to actually see success. Is what are the skills that you are willing to learn that's going to get you to your goal. And realistically, for most of you guys, that's going to be about learning sales, learning the most fundamental thing in business. Because when you know how to sell, an AI agency, drop shipping, any business model becomes easy. Because again, in an agency, how do you get clients? You need to know how to sell. But the issue is when you're starting an agency from scratch, you're trying to learn how to sell while also learning AI, while also learning appointment setting, while also learning how to deal with clients and their business model. Like you're learning 10 different skills at the same time. That's why I was stuck when I ran an agency, because I was trying to max out 10 different skills. I didn't know about cold calling or doing better outreach or doing sales. Like I was learning about all these different things at the same time, and that's why I was stuck. Because mastering 10 different skills at the same time is very hard. But mastering and getting good at one single thing, way easier, let me tell you that. So when I realized this and I shifted from the agency and trying to master 10 different skills to just learning one skill, first off, it was very refreshing, like going all in on mastering one single skill, putting all my time, my mental energy, and like all my drive into one single thing was so much simpler to do. And that's a quick success in high ticket sales. I went from 0 to 10K a month in 3 months because I just went all in on one skill. My daily schedule was super simple. I was just like focusing on getting better at sales and getting one client, one business to work for. That's all you need to succeed in high ticket sales. And that's why I truly believe this is the better path to take, because you're learning one skill, you learn the most fundamental skill in business. And then if you want to use that to start an agency down the road, you can do so, but you're going to be in a so much better position to start an agency when you've learned how to actually sell, instead of just going out there right now and having this massive ego, like I'm going to be an AI business owner right away, and I don't have any skills right now, but I'm going to learn everything as I go. Like I see a lot of guys do that. And sure, you can take that path, but it's going to be a path, and just understand it's going to be a path of pain, trial, error, a lot of time to like learn, develop these different skills, and yeah, a lot of people just like stay stuck there and they end up giving up. So unless you want that to be your reality, where you just try for so long, it doesn't work out because you're learning 10 different skills at the same time, you end up convincing yourself you're not supposed to be an entrepreneur, and then you give up and get it back into 9 to 5, which is honestly is like sad, because I've seen that so many times. Focus on learning a skill, learn the most simple and most fundamental skill to begin with, get into sales, and I promise you, you will be in a better position to do any business model that you want down the road. Plus, you'll be able to start making money faster. In high ticket sales, it's faster because you're learning one skill and you're basically just getting a high paying remote job for an influencer, and you can learn, get paid while doing it, and it then sets you up to have the freedom that you want down the road. So this industry changed my life completely. If you want to learn how to get into high ticket sales from me directly, learn the skill, get into a good business to actually work for, land a role, and actually do well in that role so you can start making money in the next couple of months, apply down below, book a call with me. We can see if we're a good fit, if we can actually help you with my one-on-one mentorship and my coaching. If you have any questions, DM on Instagram. My DMs are always open for advice, and I'll see you guys